Hello. Welcome to another round of ERL F1 series. Wolff-gang tier. This week we're at Canada. I'm SmackattackMack. I'm your host. Coming to you live today all by myself. Ain't got nobody with me today, and that's perfectly okay. That just lets me do all the talking. So I just don't have to shut up and continue on saying what I usually do. But yeah, we got a full grid today. It's going to be a good one. Hope y'all are with me. Hope y'all are excited. I know I am. As these guys are about to get underway and get their qualifying laps in here at Canada. We're going to pop up that spectator menu one time. Yes, alright. Now, sorry about the sniffles, but we're back in here and we're going to watch and wait to see who comes out first. Looks like we got a Aston coming out first. That would be IH Couch heading out first. See what kind of laps he can put down. Behind him, it's like a blue car. That'd be Neil in the Alpine. Canada's a technical track. It'll be a great time though. Long straights, quick corners, no room for error. Gonna be a good one. I know I'm ready. As these guys start getting out here, should give you plenty of room in between the drivers. You know, shouldn't have any like bundle ups on track or getting all jammed up with somebody right in front of you on your hot lap. You should be able to kind of keep gaps in between everybody here. It is a fast track though, so they will have to watch out for big mistakes and big blunders. Those can happen a lot quicker than you think they can. As Couch gets around that last hairpin down there at the bottom of the straight, hitting the... Ah, man, sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to fix my glasses. There we go. I still have something right on them and I cannot see properly. Couch hits the pits, so not going to keep on a hot lap. We'll hop back to Neil here as Neil heads towards the start finish. Roy Ezendam says, "Good luck, boys." Just specifically to FCT. As we ride along with Neil, who's going to set our first hot lap. Alright, I'm done messing with my glasses and I'm done messing with the microphone, so this is what you get from now on from my voice. He's doing a good job riding around this track so far. I'm going to hop on board with him for a second and get a feel of actually how this track rides. Pretty smooth, not a lot of bumps here. Seems to be holding on just fine. Rides those curves just right. Caution in sector 3 up here. Somebody letting somebody by, it seems. A kick Sauber car slowing down just enough. Oh, you are FCT? Oh, what's up? Heck yeah. Somebody pulls off to the side there. So we got FCT in the chat. Over here saying hello. They have a good one. You must be on holiday, huh? $110.8 for Neil, who sets our first hot lap. Whoever's coming in behind him, it may be this orange car, maybe this McLaren right here. Find the McLaren car. What do we got here? That's Nozem. Coming to the line. 121 is now on a hot lap. Nice. Trying to see who's going to get to this line next. Looks like JM 1999 is going to get here. JM 1999 with a 111.1. Neil's still in first. AFK Mufasa with a 111.9. Went off the track there. L. Stewart's about to set himself a time. Let's see how they do here. Gavin with a 1:12.3, and L. Stewart with a 1:10.5, taking pole position. We got a Kick Sauber car coming to the line right now. AFK, Iron Kid looking like they're starting their hot lap now. Pulling in the pits is Neil. Behind them another blue car. That'd be a Coaster Star setting a 1:12.7. Behind them another Red Bull or Racing Bull. Nazem heading the line here. 1:13 did not count for him in the lap though. Did not count for him. Lands with that was Brian with a 1:16.3, setting a time that I'm sure he won't be too happy with, but did set a time. We got the Haas car, Formula White, crossing the line at a 1:11.4. Good lap for Formula White. We got another Aston coming to the line here. That's Mihai DMC. Mihai with 1:14, 1:15, 16.1 does not count as a lap for him. Got an AMG coming to the line here. That's Gavin with a 1:12.3. Still is 1:12.2, but did not count, it seems. Kick Sauber car hits the line. Iron Kid with a 1:13.9. All these blues make it hard to differentiate who's who. Goes in the pits there. I think that's L. Stewart. Nope, that's Ralphie. Ralphie setting a 1:11.7. Good job from Ralphie there. Moving to 6th place. Still a couple guys. With no lap recorded yet. We're on with Mihai here. They have not set a lap, and hopefully they get one this time. And if it's anything that I think will happen, they're probably going to go in the pits, because that's just my luck. The caution up here in Sector 3. I think it's a car pulling in the pits. Or just slowing down, letting people go by. Oh, Mihai's going to set a time, it looks like. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1:11.9. 1:11.9 for Mihai. Good stuff. And that is pulling in the pits there. This is Iron Kid zooming down the straight, pulling in the pits. All right. So we are on board with WTL Curly now on their out lap. Jake is on a hot lap. It looks like we're going to hold on with Jake for a minute and hop back to Curly after that, because LLCC out here right now, they are. Let's watch LLCC. They may go in the pits here, I'm not sure. Nope, gonna do a lap. How's their time gonna look when they hit the line here? 1:09, 1:10, 1:11, 1:11.8 for LLCC. Takes 7th place. I'm gonna jump back on board with Jake as he gets here to the line. J7 Racing. Heading up here, almost there. 1:07.8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1:11.7 for Jake, taking 7th place away from LLCC, right behind Ralphie. Curly now on a hot lap. A lot of people in the pits, hanging out. Waiting just a little bit. 10 minutes left to qualify, and so not as long as a qualifier as there always is, but still a good amount of time. Oh, like Curly had a purple sector there, maybe. We're going to hang out with him. He's got all the battery lit up. That battery power is draining, but he is using it. Trying to find all the speed down the straight that they can. On the gas, on the juice, off the juice. Downshifts a bit, a little bit of brake, a little bit of slide, back on the straight, not on the power fast enough. Gonna suffer from that just a smidge. There come 1:11.12, 13, 1:13.7 is good enough for 16th place for Curly. Curly can do better, I'm sure. I think Jake and Ralphie are both gonna pull in here. I'm not sure. I'm not positive all the way. Gavin on an outlap here. on a hot lap. So Ralphie and Gavin on hot laps out here. Costa Star on a hot lap out here. Curly's still on a hot lap. I think Curly's probably going to go in this lap, so not going to watch them. People on out laps, JM1999 and Formula White both off of the out lap now. We're just going to ride here with Costa Star for a second, see how they can do, sitting back in 13th. Hard on the brakes, makes the turn. Hopefully that still counts their lap. They may have cut the corner a little too hard. Nobody behind, all clear in that regard. Purple through there, so good run for Costa Star so far. The pressure's on, the camera's on you, we're watching your lap. What you gonna do when the pressure's on? It's crunch time. You're gonna pull in the pits? Nope, you're going for it. Good job. Oh, a little drift, Tokyo. That's not where we are. We are in Canada. 110, 111, 112, 1 for Costa Star. Gets an 11th place. Moves up just a smidge. Good job to improve yourself there. Great job doing that. Gavin coming to the line right now. 117.2. Not the lap they were looking for. Metal Mike on an out lap. Who we got here? Nazem coming to the line. Nazem moving real quick. Hopefully setting a time this time. 107.8, 9, 10, 11. 111.8 from Nazem. Still doesn't count. Not a verifiable lap due to probably going off of track or something. Who are we on board with? L Stewart on their out lap, so we'll come back to him. On with Man's Not Bob right now. Man's Not Bob running a 111.1. Coming up quick on somebody. Use that draft a little bit. Hopefully it helps him. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 110.5. Good enough for second place for Man's Not Bob. Good job there. On board with LLCC, but they're on an out lap, so we'll hop off with them there. That is a Ferrari coming to the line. Which Ferrari is that? Is that Jake? It is Jake. Out lap 111.7. So back here we got Metal Mike coming to the line right now. Metal Mike's at 109.10, 11, 12, 112.0. Improves a smidge. Metal Mike improves just a little bit. Neil has left the session. No good. Connection issues or something. As we are on board with L Stewart, about to set a time. Come across there at 109. I don't know if he's fast enough to improve on that 110.5. Definitely not. Lange with a 111.9 improves a bit there. That's an Aston car across. And was that Mihai? It was for a 111 flat still. Brian coming full blast down the straight here, hits the turn on the throttle, shifts up, moving at 110. Needs a 112 to improve. Does not improve. 113.2 is his best. He gets 113.9. There's another blue car there. LLCC with a 111.5, still in 8th place. We're on board with Metal Mike, and he's at a 112. Metal Mike goes in the pits though. That Kick Sauber car of Iron Kid is on an out lap. We got a couple guys on out laps. Iron Kid crossing the line with 113 for that out lap. Looks like Ralphie coming to this sharp section. Who we got coming down this back straight here? That would be Brian going in the pits. And LLCC going in the pits. So we got a lot of cars in the pits here. Nobody really on fast laps. Looks like Iron Kid's on a fast lap, but had a mistake of some sort. It's not looking so good for fast time. Behind them coming two really fast. Looks Looks like racing bull cars. Curly with the strat call. I feel you, Curly. L. Stewart sitting in first. Ralphie slowing down. What is going on here? Letting somebody go by. That would be Gavin, who is on an outlap. Back on with Jake, who is also on an outlap. So, who do we got out here? We got just a little bit of time left, but I can't see how much because of that caution. There we go, 3 minutes left of quali, so not too much time left. Nelson's on an outlap, hoping to set themselves a good lap this time. Still yet to set one. Same thing with Couch, who has not come out of the pits since the beginning. Did one little lap and then kind of has sat there since. Metal Mike pulling back out right as we speak. Iron Kid and Gavin will be our next two that cross. How's Iron Kid going to do here? Looking pretty good so far with 107 coming down the straight. 8, 10, 11, 12. 112.0 improves a bunch for Iron Kid. 112.0 moves him to 12th place. Now we got Gavin coming to the line. He crosses a 111.7, improves up to 10th. Took 0.6 off his own time. Good job there. That is an Alpine car coming to the line. Neil on his outlap. So now we're back with Jake heading towards the line here. How can Jake improve? 111.797 is his best. Hitting a 106 right there on the straight. That looks like he's going to have a good time. How's he doing? 110, 111.2. 111.2 is good enough for 7th place for Jake. That's a good improvement. That's a big improvement. Good job, Jake. LLCC's on an outlap here. Back down here with Metal Mike, who's on an outlap as well. Nelson looking to set a time. We'll ride along with them because they'll be the next one to set a lap that counts. Right behind them is an Alpine car of JM, so we'll pop back to JM real quick as well, or watch them at least. They're on an outlap though, so Neil coming around that corner back there, Iron Kid and Mufasa. Well, I gotta watch out for that. I think that's Iron Kid sitting. Knows him with a 112.6, sets a lap. AFK Mufasa with a 111.3. That's 0.5 off. That's a good job for Mufasa. That was Gavin crossing. He was not a good lap for him there. Right with Brian right now. 110, 11, 111.9 for Brian. Moves up to 13th place. Good job. That would be Mihai crossing, I'm pretty sure. Moved up to 6th with a 110.9. It says 111 flat. Jake has dropped out of the session. We are on with Metal Mike now, heading towards the line. That Formula White 111 flat as well still. 114.3 for Metal Mike. Along with Nose and with that 112, he goes right back in the pits here, locks him up doing so. And the Alpine locks him up going in. That looked like one of the Racing Bulls heading towards the line here. That must be Ralphie. Ralphie with a bad time for himself, not even going to look at that one. Jake moves down, meaning that Mufasa moved up. 111.1 for Mufasa. Good job. These are their last laps, everybody, so we are on board with Mihai DMC, who pulls in the pits as well. Formula White looks like he's going to be the next one to the line. If he doesn't just pull in the pits, I'm not sure. Straight in the... Nope, he's going for it. He's got a 107 coming down the straight there. 9, 10, 110.6. Moves up to 4th place. Nice job. That is a McLaren crossing. That is Metal Mike with a 112.0, and that would be L Stewart with a 110.2. 110.2 improves a bit. That'd be Ralphie once again coming to the line. How's Ralphie going to do here? Oh, Ralphie is finished, so no time improvement for Ralphie. Everybody is done. Man's Not Bob is in the pits, so it will be a bit of a timer until the session is over. But right now we have L Stewart in first, Neil in second, and of course as I start reading it, it goes away. That is how it happens every time. I don't know why, but it does. But yeah, we'll read that to you quickly. L Stewart sitting on pole there, Neil in second, Man's Not Bob in third, Formula White in fourth, JM 1999 in fifth, Mihai DMC in sixth, AFK Mufasa in seventh, Jake in eighth, LLCC in ninth, Ralphie in 10th, Gavin Point in 11th, Lange in 12th, Brian in 13th, Metal Mike in 14th, Iron Kid in 15th, Costa Star in 16th, Nosem in 17th, Curly in 18th, and Couch in 19th. That is your grid, folks. It's going to be a good race here at Canada. How is the weather going to play out for us? We don't know. We will find out on the fly. At least I will as a commentator. I think they may know. They may have a inclination. I'm not sure. You like how I said something? Well, folks, be prepared. We got a wet one, a rain race here on our hands. I'm ready for it. I hope you are too. Thanks for joining me and hanging out today. I'm just ready for this excitement. Hopefully to watch the good battles on track and keep up with all the action I can for you. That's my goal. As they get their setups in, whatever else they have to do before the race starts, I'd like to once again say we do have a Facebook page and our Discord as well. We are ERL Eclipse Racing League. Thank you for the people who run both the Discord and the Facebook page. We do appreciate it very much. All of us over here at ERL do. I am also a driver of ERL, so I appreciate everything they do. So that's a thank you from us drivers as well to them and to the people who run the Facebook page. But as we sit in the rain and wait for this action to begin, I'd like to say I'm excited. I'd like to say I hope there's little to no safety cars, but I know the stakes are high and the racing's wild, so you never know how it's going to end up in the end. Could be a great race. Could be a smooth race. I don't have that information unless I pull the Google up, which I can do in just a moment. Jenson Button won that race. He started 21st. He made 6 pit stops. The race was the longest in Formula One history, lasting over 4 hours. That was in 2011 because of the rain. The race was significantly impacted by torrential rain, leading to a wet track and multiple incidents. There were 6 safety car periods, totaling 32 laps. The race was red flagged for over 2 hours due to the weather. Jenson Button's performance. Button had a chaotic race with multiple incidents, including collisions with Hamilton, Alonso, a drive-through penalty, and 6 pit stops. The race, including the red flag period, lasted for 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 39.537 seconds, making it the longest in F1 history. The race holds several records, including the slowest average winning speed, the longest race, and the most safety cars. Also, the most pit stops by a winner. What a history. Button's win moved him to second place in the World Drivers' Championships, while Vettel extended his lead despite finishing second place. It was a hectic race, but let's see if a McLaren can pull it out today. Here we go. We're about to go live. The lights are red. And it's green. We are off. As we sit along with Neil, let's see what tires these guys are on. Everybody's on intermediates right now. A little bit of shuffling in the field. A hectic, oh goodness gracious, man, it's not Bob's off the corner there. As L. Stewart's running away from Neil. Looks like all our battles get back here. Oh goodness gracious, we had a little bit of a slide there. A little bit of more contact. That's JM 1999 trying to get on the brakes as Mufasa tries to squeeze through. Mufasa squeezes through Jake right on his backside there as he's running down Mihai DMC. Formula White not far off. The gap's extremely close right now through the back way. As we got JM 1999 off a little bit. I wonder who has damage, who's going in this first lap. Who will have to go in? Who's going to have to fix damage? As we go back through, we're going to watch the TV camera. Oh goodness, we got, it looks like Lange and Nozem and Couch. Everybody bunching up right here. It's your Couch with Lange, Iron Kid, Nozem, and Coach Star right behind. Couch trying to catch up to Brian, and man, it's not Bob right now. There is no gap behind. As we hit this sharp turn, Nozem just pulls into the pits. We got both McLarens in the pits. We are on board with Brian right now. As Brian tries to keep up with Mesnot Bob, in front of him is Ralphie, Gavin in front of that. The battling is already wild and hectic, and we are lap 2, folks, of 35. So we have a long race here today. Oh, we got collisions with the wall behind. I heard that. I heard the car's tires slap the wall. As we move back up through, Gavin and Mihai having a little bit of contact on the wheel bump in there. Behind him, Ralphie looking for a move. Can't get it. Gavin sticks to it and keeps it. LLCC pulling away just a little bit. JM 1999 right here back behind Jake. AFK Mufasa sitting in 4th place right now, doing a good job. Jake has a little wiggle. Behind JM, we have a problem with LLCC and Mihai. That gap extends a bit, but they're doing what they can to catch back up here. LLCC with a slide. Is the track too wet for the intermediates? Is it time for the wets? Who knows? The drivers would. In 3rd place, Formula White looking good. L. Stewart looking really nice all by himself up there. 2.6 second gap to Neil in 2nd, but Neil doing a good job keeping Formula White behind. L. Stewart with a 1:24.4 for the fastest lap of the race. AFK Mufasa doing a great job in 4th. Jake holding down 5th. JM trying everything he can to catch Jake right now. LLCC holding down 7th place with Gavin right on his gearbox. And Ralphie not far behind Gavin at all. The battling is all over the place. Man's Not Bob locked in a hot battle as well, with Ralphie looking for a move on the outside. Gavin with a penalty already, 3 seconds for multiple warnings on crossing lines there. Man's Not Bob not able to get a move done into those tight little S curves. Nice power. Gets on the power early to get a 1.2 second gap away from Brian as Iron Kid makes the move on Brian for his little wiggle coming out of that corner there. But can he get it as he locks the brakes up? The battling is all over. We got guys in the back who have pit for damage or whatever happened to them. But the mid-pack battle is on fire right now as Gavin is doing all he can to hold off Ralphie. Up front, we got a battle right here with Neil and AFK Mufasa. Neil looking to make the move, does make the move, and keeps it in a really hard place to make a pass, but gets it done. Can he stay in front of Mufasa down this straight? Excuse me, it's Formula White. I'm wrong. Mufasa's back there. Look at me. I'm so wrapped up in the intense battle, I couldn't see who was who there, guys. Excuse the commentator, I'm wrong. That's Neil battling Formula White. Neil does make the move, though, and keeps it. Wow, what a move. Can they continue to battle? As you see behind, Jake and Mufasa do start get battling, so Mufasa is in a battle now. I wasn't mistaken, I was just speaking things into the future, as good commentators do sometimes. But hopefully Mufasa can keep this on the track and avoid any damage. As Formula White looked to make a move on the outside, maybe set a dummy up to make a run on the inside. Oh, has a little bit of contact with the gearbox of Neil. As that just lets El Stewart run further away, 5 seconds away from them. Jake still trying to catch up to Mufasa. Mufasa closing that gap to Formula White ahead of him. Back here, LLCC, a little bit of a gap to Gavin and Ralphie, who are still right neck and neck. Behind them, Man's Not Bob and Iron Kid as well, right in the mix. Brian, I At Your Couch, and Kosasar all the way back to 14th, just battling it up. 15th place, Curly, coming around the corners, doing what they can to catch up right now. El Stewart with a 1:23.6 for the fastest lap of the race. Just able to run away all alone right now. JM falls. He's in 6th place, kind of all by himself. 1.7 back from Jake, as Jake's only 0.5 away from AFK Mufasa. Mufasa only 0.7 back away from Formula White. Neil looks like he's holding people up just a little bit right now, making the battle intense, which is good for me to talk about, but for those drivers, it starts to get hot and heavy and definitely sweaty, especially when that white knuckle ride turns into tighter gripping than you thought you needed. Better hold on and buckle your seatbelt, folks. We are here. We are live at Canada with no safety cars yet, but I'm sure one's coming soon, as we are just riding along with Neil for a second, looking back behind. The battle for 2nd place may be on here in the next few laps. We do not know what this race holds, folks. As Formula White thought about making a move there, as I said, you can see all the way back to 6th place now. 2nd through 6th, all in a line. About a second splits everybody, it seems. 1 second gaps all the way back. And then you got LLCC sitting right here with Gavin right on his back bumper on the tailpipe, trying to make the move on the inside. Gavin does make a look at it. Got to keep the room. Yep, and Gavin does contest and lets LLCC keep the turn, keeps his driving line. Gavin just putting the nose in there, saying, hey, I'm right here. You know, we can either make a run together or you can let me go by. Let's take your pick, because Ralphie's right on my back bumper, looking to make a pass too. Man's Not Bob's not far off. Iron Kid back there. Brian back there battling with Kosasar a little bit. I At Your Couch in 14th, looking into the battles ahead. Curly a little further back than that on the wets, though. Doing a good job on those wets so far to keep it on track in 15th. Mihai DMC trying to catch up right now to Curly. A little bit too far back, though, as Lange, 4-lap-old intermediates, went in to fix some damage. Same thing with Metal Mike and knows him. Back up to El Stewart and Neil, who's in 2nd here. El Stewart is in 1st, running away with the race with 6-second gap ahead of everybody, doing a great job running the line and knowing where to be. AFK Mufasa and Jake battling. Jake a little bit further back than he'd want to be, maybe just waiting patiently, hoping for something to squeeze those gaps down, maybe a safety car, maybe a little wiggle from the guy in front, as El Stewart once again goes faster with a well-23, 1:23.3. We can do a little bit of TV cam here. I like to ride along in the car. That car noise is nice to hear. As up ahead, we see Formula White trying to make a move on the outside once again. Can't get it done. Shuffles right back behind Neil. Neil doing a good job holding down 2nd place. down second place and keeping everybody lined up just like that. JM 1999 watching from 6th place. Fell back a little, but doesn't have to worry too much. He's 6 seconds ahead of everybody else behind him. LLCC got a good 1 second gap. But back here at Gavin, Gavin's got himself a battle with Ralphie and Man's Not Bob. As Ralphie goes to make the pass on the inside, Man's Not Bob moves up behind Gavin. Ralphie up to 8th place. Man's Not Bob making the move on the inside as well. Keeps it. Gavin falls back to 10th. Makes a bump on Man's Not Bob. Not a hard one, but still just a bump, enough to say, hey, you know, I didn't like that move you made there, but you did it, I guess. Little nutty. Iron Kid doing a good job watching, waiting for any kind of mistake. Brian and Coastal Star kind of doing the same thing right now. Curly in, maybe had a wiggle, not sure what was going on there, but back on the power. DMC trying to close the gap, doing a good job catching Curly. Couch coming to the line, watching the guys up ahead of him. The two Williams cars battle as they go back and forth up here. As we got, it looks like Coastal Star off the track, coming back on again. Maybe there was a little bit of contact. That lets Couch catch right back up to him. As DMC is thinking about making a move on Curly in the next couple laps. Lange just a little ways back from them. I say a little, about 12 seconds back. So Metal Mike and Nosem back here as well. Both of the McLarens far back in the pack there. Neil still in 2nd place. Formula White still in 3rd. AFK Mufasa in 4th and Jake in 5th. That battle is getting hotter though, as we see Jake nosing his way inside here. Thinking about getting a move, but didn't have the room to make it. As we saw a bit ago, Ralphie, LLCC, and Man's Not Bob are battling. Man's Not Bob is up to 8th place right now. Ralphie is in 9th. Iron Kid in 10th. LLCC running a bit of a way, like 2 seconds up on Man's Not Bob right now. So Bob trying to catch up to him as Ralphie falls back to 9th. We may have missed a little bit of action. Something may have happened between these guys, but I'm not sure. As we see Gavin in on those wets, getting those off. Or actually putting those on, excuse me. Back up front, we got Neil getting squeezed by Formula White, who goes fast into the corner but slow out. And Neil went slow in and fast out. That is one way to do it. AFK Mufasa looking good coming down the lap. Moves up to 4th place, sitting healthy. JM99 takes over Jake. Jake fell back to 6th place. Something must have happened to him there. I'm not sure what exactly, but JM did make the move, moving up to 5th place, pushing Jake back to 6th. Maybe Jake got bold and tried to make a move on Mufasa and suffered for the move he tried. That can happen to anybody. We'll see what JM wants to do here in these next coming laps. Jake's not slow. Jake can catch up as well, so no damage for Jake. Could just mean a 3-way battle for 4th place. As Formula White and Neil are pretty close right now. Only 0.2 separate them. As I look at the field with my eyes here, nobody else on the field is that close. We're going to hang out with the Iron Kid and Ralphie are 0.4 separated. They're doing a really good job too. They're really battling back there. As Ralphie and LLCC make a move and Iron Kid switches as well. LLCC shuffles back for the pit. So Man's Not Bob, Ralphie, and Iron Kid move up to 7th, 8th, and 9th as LLCC goes in the pits. Coastal Star moves up. Brian moves up. Trying to see where he will come back out. Looks like Gavin is closing that gap down really quickly too, so Gavin may be passing him too. I'm not sure. No, that gap looks to be coming back up, so we are riding along with Formula White right now, as they got a good view of everything going on and action-wise. JM 1999 and Jake falling off the back of Mufasa a little bit, but Mufasa making that gap smaller to the guys ahead of him, as Neil is 9.8 seconds back off of L. Stewart. L. Stewart in a race of his own, running down a dream. Gone. Formula White getting it done JM 1999 with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him at all. As they slide back, oh, him and Jake switch a little bit there. Jake almost had the pass, it looked like. Jake does have the move. He has the inside. Jake makes the move. Jake keeps it. Jake says, I'd like to go back up here with Mufasa and battle, please. Can I get there? I'm not sure, but I'm going to try. Oh, goodness. We're back on board. We got to ride. Right along with Jake right now. He's trying to catch up to Mufasa. You got IH Couch and Curly back there battling. Only 0.4 separates them. As Jake and JM 1999 are battling real heavy. Jake has the inside. Jake keeps his position in 5th. JM's doing, but he seems to have backed off a little bit here. Comes in pretty quick though. Jake's back on that power a little early. Doing a good job. Holding it straight. Gotta hold the car straight. That's one of the most important things. He has fell back off of Mufasa a good ways. He is 1.9 back off of Mufasa. That's not helping him. Trying to catch up. Oh goodness. That is a lapped car, it looks like, of Lange. Lange out here has been lapped, so he's ghosted not to interfere with the guys up front. Lots of green water droplets falling on the screen because how green the car is. As we look ahead, Formula White trying to make a move on Neil. Can't find the move, but he keeps doing all he can to keep the pressure on. He is making that white Haas car like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm. Stuck to the back side of that Alpine car. Really doing a great job sticking to his line, lap after lap, pretty consistent lap times, keeping just far enough away from AFK Mufasa to not threaten losing that 3rd place spot, but doing all he can to battle for 2nd at the same time, keeping the speed up as you watch Neil make a little mistake. Formula White closes the gap down, but can't make a run. Seems to get the power down a little bit earlier. Nowhere to go, tries the inside, but knows that if he does not get back out, he's not getting the move or getting through the next corner. Smart planning, not the place to make a pass. Sadly, you watch the guy in front of you make a mistake on a place that you think you could maybe make a move, but then remember, it's soaking wet and you don't have the space. Jake right on the backside of Mufasa now. All this battle is close these guys back up again. Looking back through there, Mihai DMC, IH Couch, and Curly are battling with Gavin as well. So 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th. They seem to be battling just a bit here. Maybe stuff shuffling because of pitting, but I'm not sure. Right along with Formula White's been really fun so far. He's doing a great job, as are all of our racers. Sitting here with AFK Mufasa now, watching the battle ahead of him and his battle with Jake continue on. Lap 14 to 35. Done a really good job so far to keep this race nice and clean and steady and smooth. Everything's going good as you see Neil and Formula White touch wheels. Formula White always looking for that move, keeping the pressure on. Definitely making it difficult to keep yourself on task if you're Neil. Scary, scary situations.
those brakes hard. This battle right here is heating up as it always does. Ralphie and Iron Kid not far off here. Nulls him with a 3-second time penalty. No good. LCC and Mihai DMC are battling as well. Iron Kid and Ralphie are battling. Man's Not Bob is trying. We got Lange there. He did pass Lange. Overtake for the lapped car. JM1999 in the pits. Gonna switch it up. Mufasa almost losing the place to Jake. Oh, Jake with a bump. Mufasa in the grass. Jake with a run and gets gone. That was definitely a little bump from Jake. Glad we got up there to catch that. It's Formula White still just a smidge back off of Neil. Must have slipped again and created a little bit more gap. Big gap separate a lot of our field here, though. Curly is like 9 seconds to couch. Or 5 seconds to couch, excuse me. And, behind him, knows him 8.9 seconds back, so real far. LCC and DMC are battling with Brian. Gonna hang out right here for a minute, watch this little bit of a battle. Oh yeah, Brian got moved. Definitely a little bit nerve-wracking there. Everybody up here is moving around a little bit. People are starting to pit. Looks like Man's Not Bob, AFK Mufasa. Looks like AFK Mufasa hit the pits. Back out on a fresh set of intermediates. Man's Not Bob hit the pits. First one of the leaders to go in. Jake right here with Formula White and Neil now. Lange right there as you see the lap car go by. What are they going to do this lap? They're going to go in this lap or they're going to continue on? We are unsure. Jake hits that ERS. Jake's still on it. Still making laps count. Sitting in third place right now. What kind of battles we got on track. Mufasa and Man's Not Bob. Battling in real time watching this right now. Definitely about to get intense. AFK Mufasa was one of the leaders there for a little while up there in fourth place with Jake. Formula White pit as well, so is JM1999, who's right on the back of Formula White. So Ralphie still has not pit. JM1999 has. Formula White has. Iron Kid has not. Iron Kid needs to go in this lap or next. Same thing with Jake and Neil. They need to go in soon. As you see Jake and Neil keep going down the straights. L. Stewart still rolling along by himself, 16.9 seconds up away from everybody. 16.9 seconds. Wild. When is Iron Kid going to go in? Will it be this lap? Will it be next? Will it be lap 20? I am unsure. Man's Not Bob and AFK Mufasa. A little bit more of a gap to them, but Ralphie and Mufasa look like they switched positions there. As Jake still right here on the backside of Neil. Formula White went and got those tires back out here with Iron Kid, JM 1999, and Man's Not Bob. Formula White telling Iron Kid, hey, you gotta go. You're sitting up here in 4th place, Iron Kid. You gotta get moving. Might be time to pit. 17 lap old tires for you. Could be your call and time to go in. Nope, keeps it moving. Keeps it moving. Doesn't even slow down enough to bother the field or even shuffle anything up. Jake only 0.7 back off of Neil right now. This is a close battle though. Enjoying every bit of this. Riding along with Formula White right now. A little bump again for Iron Kid. He probably does need to get out the way just a little bit, let somebody go by. And once he does that, he starts to train of it, and then people just take advantage of it. Oh, goodness. When the light goes wide. Iron Kid does fall back, though. Jake goes in finally in the pits. Neil continues on. Formula White, I'm sure, is looking to jump back in front of Jake here. As Jake's still in those pits. Jake's coming out now. Don't think he's going to be back on the power in time to catch him. Jake keeps it. Jake keeps it. Jake keeps 3rd place. His long con bold strategy worked off for him. He played the Uno reverse card. He waited a long time with it in his pocket, and he finally kept it and made it happen. Now all he has to do is wait for Neil and L. Stewart to pit as well. Jake sitting calmly in 3rd right now. Gonna have to battle a bit with Formula White behind him, but I think he may have it. Still holding on to it. JM 1999 a little further back to that. Iron Kid still has not pit. Man's Not Bob a little further. Mufasa a little ways away. We got good gaps almost all over the field right now. Except for right here at Jake and Formula White. So we're going to watch Jake and Formula White. We do have JM 1999, Iron Kid, and Man's Not Bob behind. But these two look like they're the tightest battle on the track. Knee-High DMC and LLCC are battling a little as well. But right now it looks like Jake's holding down 3rd place and he is running. Neil is in the pits. Jake takes over 2nd place. It looks like that's going to stay that way. I don't think Neil's getting back out in time. He's not. Oh, Neil goes wide. JM 1999 slides a bit there. Man's Not Bob has to avoid. Neil coming back out. Jake moves up to second place. Was there damage anywhere? I'm not sure. I don't think so. As Jake sits 33 seconds back behind L. Stewart. Caution in Sector 2. Caution in Sector 2. It's cleared up. It's cleared up. Right along with Formula White right now. You can see Neil behind. JM1999 behind him. Man's Not Bob, Iron Kid, and Mufasa. Kostasar, Ralphie. LLCC sitting in 11th. On the wet tires, Mihai DMC 12th. Couch in 13th. Jake in Formula White definitely still battling hard for second place. Neil running smooth, JM running smooth. And it's not Bob. Doing the best he can to stay on and hope for people with mistakes in front of him. Oh, saw a little wiggle back there from Iron Kid. 20 lap old intermediates, 21 lap old intermediates now for him. L. Stewart pit, he is 16 seconds ahead. L. Stewart is gone as we are on lap 22, folks. We are getting down to it. Oh, goodness gracious, Iron Kid hits the wall there. As we see a front wing get blown off that car. Race control said 3-second time penalty for Gavin. So bad news for Gavin there. He gets himself a 3-second pin. How's Iron Kid going to do in this corner here with that blown front wing? Going to run down the straights and hit the pits. I do believe I would. Formula White with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his quest for a podium. And Iron Kid keeps going regardless of front wing damage. As we see Man's Not Bob trying to make a move on JM99. Look, contact, lots of contact. Two cars sliding. Everybody keeps it on track. Semi. Tempers are flaring. The water's still running. There's been no break. There's been no safety car. These guys have done all these laps just straight. So far, so good for everybody, but those tempers are going to boil. People are going to get frustrated after too long. You're trying real hard to pass somebody. You're doing everything you can to catch them. They're doing everything they can to get away from you. It comes to a time where you start making desperate, bold moves, and that's what differentiates racers. If you can, you know, you can hold on to those emotions as you watch it. Nozem and LLCC switch. Look like LLCC hit the pits there, coming back out. Back in front again, actually did not switch. As we heard contact back here, Nozem and Brian, it sounded like, making a bit of contact there. Couch comes out with a fresh set of intermediates. Curly still on those wets. Lange on the intermediates and Metal Mike on the intermediates. L. Stewart 16 seconds ahead. Jake in second still. Formula White third. Neil in fourth. Back here we got JM1999 and Man's Not Bob battling hard going into this first turn. As Bob takes it and keeps it with a bold strategy as you watch Mufasa squeeze down from the backside right there. Not on the power quick enough to keep it, but really close that gap down tight for a second. Those fast sweeping corners, lots of fun in a car that handles well. Hopefully you got the tires for this weather. That's the big thing. Just 11 laps to go, folks. We are almost there. We are almost through this race, and we have not had one safety car, folks. That is an amazing, amazing situation. Everybody's doing a great job right now. It is enjoyable to watch these guys run around this track, these little battles that keep unfolding as we're watching the battle for fourth place, fifth place right now. Neil is not far ahead, so definitely a battle for fourth if we keep it up. And Formula White and Jake are battling for second place. Jake keeping it 0.5 away every single corner. Jake puts it down low and into the spots that he can. Known of being the Minister of Defense, that's Jake right there. You want to pass Jake, you need to earn it. As we watch Formula One have a little slide, but he kept a hold of it, didn't lose anything. Same thing with Man's Not Bob, trying to keep JM 1999 behind him. Man's Not Bob did make the pass and kept it, so far so good for Bob. What can Mufasa do? Looking up the backside of the shadow of them. He is a shadow following closely. Oh, we saw Mufasa get a little swirly back there. Swirly with Curly with a penalty. Man, I almost made that work and made that rhyme, but I didn't. Tongue twister. Iron Kid still with that front wing damage, still turning laps. Mihai DMC sitting at 11th place. 22 lap old intermediate tires. Nalzim in 13th. Couch and Gavin switch positions. They're both ghosted, but not for each other. They're ghosted for the lapper car. Curly is in the pits here. We go back to Jake. Jake and Formula White still battling hard. Need a little bit further away from Man's Not Bob now. JM 1999 not too far off. Mufasa right there with him. I thought he was with another car, but it's a lapped car. That'd be Curly with Mufasa there. A little too far back to make a move. A little too far back to make a move, I think. Got a lot of penalties, though. No safety cars, but a lot of penalties. We'll ride on board with Formula White for just a minute. Jake sitting in second place. Keeping Formula White behind him. Jake penalty free right now as well. Could even fall back to third place and still get second. Staying on the back bumper of Formula White. At 27 to 35, folks. Less than 10 to go. We are getting down to it. It's almost time to figure out what you're going to do for the last bit of this race. Do you got any tires to switch to? Are you stuck on what you're stuck on? I don't know if there's going to be a reason to pit. L. Stewart right now, 17 seconds up on Jake. Jake only has a 0.6 gap to Formula White behind him. Formula White looking to make a move, but can't find anything just yet. Definitely be on the lookout, though. It's happening. It's being set up. As we look back through the field, we see AFK Mufasa only 0.5 away from JM 1999 right there. Mufasa and JM 1999 are going to have a battle. And I at your couch gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's see the penalties for today. We haven't even checked that. lands with a DNF caution in Sector 3. That's going to be our first safety car of the day. And that is a car out of the race, it looks like, folks. Let's get to this here. That is a car out of the race. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. Lap 27 of 35, we get a safety car. I know Jake was probably hoping for a clean race all the way through. He'd have kept himself a second, no doubt. Here is the shakeup, everybody. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the definite mix-up in the field. We'll see how these leaders do on this restart after it gets going. My back is really tight, but we're working on getting it stretched. Whew. Caution in Sector 3. That is a full course yellow. We are waiting to see. Oh no, it was a virtual safety car, and the order stays. We did get a couple more penalties. Brian gets a drive-through penalty for speeding during that safety car. As Jake and Formula White continue their battle. Neil 5 seconds back still. Man's Not Bob fell back off a little ways. AFK Mufasa fell back further. Jake holds on to second place. Oops. Bumped my mic there, sorry. Jake sitting in second, looking up in front of him. He's got Metal Mike, I think, ahead of him to lap. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, goodness gracious. It looked like Metal Mike had a slip. But got it back straight again and did not damage himself or anybody around and keeps it moving. What are our gaps throughout the field here? What do we got going on? Anywhere, everywhere. Looks like we don't have any real battles happening. Everybody, oh, Nosem. Caution in Sector 3 for Nosem. Can he get it back straight again without being in anybody's way? He does, but he got it going again, so everything's okay. We're on lap 30 of 35, folks. We are getting down to the wire here. Neil trying to make some moves as well. Pretty far back, though. The White right here with Jake still. Our closest battle for the day is for second place. But really and truly, it looks like Jake will have second as long as he keeps it on the track anywhere near Formula White. Jake will bring home a second place. Let's see these tires right by the Jake on newer tires of Formula White too, so that's going to help Jake in the grip. But it looks like that rain is almost all gone. If not, it is gone. In the last bit of this race here, we have no more rain. How's it going to finish? Who's going to do what? Who can drive these intermediates? We got a couple people on mediums. They pit and switched it up, stating it probably being too dry. Hoping for a real safety car. Didn't get one though. L. Stewart, 19 seconds up on Jake. Nosem's got a penalty for 3-second time for multiple warnings. Jake moving away from Formula Y a little bit. Everybody's struggling to get the power down. Man's Not Bob, not far back off of Neil. Ralphie and Iron Kid switch. Iron Kid's in the pits, can't handle it anymore. Mufasa back out here on the softs as well. Costa Star in the pits. El Stewart with a 120.1 fastest lap of the day on those intermediate tires. Jake finishing lap 32, heading to 33. Looks like Jake's just going to roll it out. We're going to see what happens here, folks. We're getting down to it. We are almost all finished. We are really pushing it for second place. The battles throughout the track are pretty far and few between. You don't see anybody in front of anybody. Like Jake had a little bit of a wiggle or something there, but got it back together again. Jake holding on to it, riding that Ferrari. Getting on those brakes quick. Coming to the end of lap 32 to start 33. Man's not Bob and Neil. Both of them still battling. Looks like Neil got that power down a little bit quicker than Bob did. Bob pit a little earlier than Neil, I do think. Neil goes in with this much time left. Neil said, I can't take it anymore. Get me back on a pair of tires. Jake goes in with no time left. He said, get me back on a set of tires. Jake falls back to fourth place. What a shakeup. Not what I figured would happen. Man's Not Bob and Formula White going to push it on those intermediates. El Stewart still those intermediates. Man's AFK Mufasa with a 15.6 for the fastest lap of the race. JM 1999 and Neil switching back and forth. Jake, quick caution in sector 1. It's clear. Lap 34 to 35. Man's Not Bob, 5 seconds. Caution in sector 3. It's clear. Mihai with a 1:15.4. Jake riding in fourth place right now, trying everything he can to catch up to the guys ahead of him. Man's Not Bob far back on Formula White. Formula White just keeping it moving right now. Can he keep the tires on the car? What is going to happen here? What a shakeup at the very end of the race here. Neil sliding on those intermediates, losing position slowly but surely. JM 1999 with a 1:13.3. Jake flying right now around this track, catching Man's Not Bob with a passion. Only 3 seconds back from Bob. But can he do it with the time he has left? I do not know. I do not know. It is a risk. It is a gamble. It is a bold try. Oh, get on your brakes, Jake. Our person in second place this whole race. Not whole, but he worked himself up there. Oh, and Bob gets a penalty, so Jake gets third if he just stays where he is, but he's not going to settle for that, I'm sure. He's not going to settle for their caution in sector 3 behind him. It's a McLaren. Going on to lap 35. Jake takes the fastest lap of the race. Can he close that gap to 3 seconds? Can he close that gap to 3 seconds on this last lap? There is no other battles anywhere on track. It is just a dash. A mad dash for second place for Jake right now. Nozem DNF's caution in sector 3. The end of the race. Nozem wrecks out. And Jake gets that thing down to 3.2. Can he get it any closer? Gavin with another penalty. Jake, just don't get a penalty and you've got this. You're at 2.4. Jake took a bold gamble to put those softs on with hardly any laps left and made it work to bring home a second. He's closed the gap down to Formula White ahead of him, who has a 3-second penalty. Jake will take second place. Formula White will move to third. It'll be fourth, fifth, sixth, staying the same. Neil may move up to sixth. We'll see this in a second too. We'll see this in a second as well. And Jake takes second place, like I said. Now we're going to go back here to see what Neil's going to do. Is Neil going to move up? Is Neil going to move up? L. Stewart wins the race with an amazing race. No incidents, no problems for L. Stewart. Smooth, all alone, what a run. Lapped multiple cars. Just absolutely dominant win for L. Stewart. It is not. Neil stays in 7th place. What a race, folks. What a race. No full safety cars, no full course yellows. Sitting with Iron Kid to cross the line. With Ralphie crossing the line. With Kosasar. It is all over. What a race. L. Stewart, dominant victory. No mistakes. No problems for him the whole way through. Jake, what a battle all the way through the pack for a long con move there. Uno reverse card, made it happen and pulled a second out. Definitely great race for Jake. Great race for everybody. Great race for Formula White, pulling third. If he didn't have a penalty, he would have had himself a second. Great job staying on those inters even when they were cooked and no water left on the track. Thank you, everybody, for staying with me and watching with me. I'm SmackattackMack. This was ERL F1 Series Wolff-gang tier from Canada. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time right here on the official ERL channel. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you back again. So long, everybody. Until next time. Peace, love, chicken grease.